When you're going through that grind and you've gone 2 days and you haven't made a single sale, and and you're like, dang it, like this is really hard. Like I can't handle any more rejection. I'm already to the bone, right? And you kind of feel that, and there's really no way to prepare somebody for that. You just got to go do it, and then they start realizing like, wow, that was terrifying. You know, the rejection really sucks, but I'm getting used to it, right? It's because you can't change the number of doors that are slammed in your face, or the number of people that tell you no, however sternly. You can't change that. But what's developing though is my resilience and my ability to overcome those things. I had a goal, and you guys may think this is crazy, but I had a goal. Every day, my goal was to ruffle the feathers of at least one person, right? Because not that I was being a jerk or being disrespectful to people, but if I'm not pushing people, if I'm not being persistent and ruffling some feathers, then I'm not doing my job. And in those days where I'm like kind of the silent, like I'm just gonna tip through the neighborhood and I'm not gonna tick anybody off. Those are my worst days. Like those are the days that people walk all over me, and I come out at the end of the day with no sales made. My ego is hurt, and I'm just like, man, today sucked. Why do I do this job, right? But the days where I'm like, okay, I'm fired up, I am confident, and I'm gonna ruffle the feathers of at least one person today, and that's my mindset. Those are my best days. I make multiple sales that day, and I'm like, this is why I do this job. I made a ton of people happy. I protected a lot of homes against black widows or wasp or ants or whatever. Made a ton of people happy. I made a ton of money, and I'm on top of the world right now. I got this sales high that's not going to go away. I did great at alarm sales, and I was enjoying myself there, but a lot of those sales are a lot more difficult to make because you're selling hypotheticals. You know, a lot of the equipment's cool. There's a lot of cool technology out there. It's different, but a lot of like the safety aspect of the alarm sales is hypotheticals. I started realizing that when I was selling this, I'm like, I'm having way more fun with customers. My customers are having way more fun with me, because when I'm taking people outside, we're walking around, they're home, we're finding bugs, they're freaking out, that we're jumping on the hate train together on their bugs, and we're building this relationship, and it's something it's a dynamic with my customers I never ever did in alarms. It was different. I made that mistake with a couple of guys where I'm like, dude, you can make 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever thousand this summer, and they're like, no way. That is not possible. You can't make that much money in that short amount of time legally. Like, it's not possible. And so we'd actually lose guys because they thought it was some sort of scam. Where over the last 10 years, I've worked with many guys that made six figures in a summer, and I myself being one of those guys. Right? It is absolutely possible, but the scam part of it is you can make that much money doing easy work. That's a scam, because this is by far the hardest thing you'll ever do. There's not many jobs out there that are more difficult than what we do, but it is the most rewarding job that one will ever do. I've had guys work for me that are kind of socially awkward a little bit, and they're timid a little bit, but dang it, they work hard and they still make it happen, because you're selling pest control in an area of the country that just needs it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you if you are selling that service coupled with what we teach you, there's no way you can't sell. I've been offered more jobs on the door than I would have anywhere else. Like daily, it seems like I'm offered a job. I'll have like business owners and CEOs and these kinds of people who are like, you should come work for me, because they see the absolute value in what we do. In fact, I think I mentioned Bryce. He put his resume out there on ZipRecruiter, and what he accomplished in door to door was in his resume. And every single day for a month, he was getting like 5 or 6 offers daily. Companies were like foaming at the mouth and fighting for him, like, we really want you. And so with that under his belt as his accomplishment, he held the cards. The companies were fighting for him. And so I say, if you're looking at the opportunity, go for it. And but if you're also looking for an opportunity to sell a service that's just far beyond the norm and far better than the industry standard, then we are definitely the place for these guys.